Which one of these strategies do you think can help your child vocalize? Is it a toy microphone, a kazoo, or a whistle? Well, the answer is actually all of them. But my personal favorite and the one I find is most effective with kids is a kazoo. If you're wondering how kazoo can help your child to turn on their voice more consistently and even have that lead to communication later on down the road, then you will need these 5 simple steps in order to make that happen. So coming up, I'll be teaching you guys different techniques and tips you can use in order to help your child vocalize more consistently with the tool of a kazoo. Usually before children are able to imitate sounds, they first need to be able to imitate movements and signs and gestures. Now, if you don't know if your child has this skill down yet, or you're not quite sure what kind of imitation skills they should be having, go ahead and check this video right here. In this video, I talk about different techniques and the kind of skills your child should have and needs to continue to strengthen before you should start working on vocalizing. So you want to also make sure you're targeting vocalization at around the right age. So according to child language development, between the ages of 6 months to 1 year, a child usually begins and starts to babble, saying mama, dada, baba, and starts making different sounds with their mouth. At around 1 year old is when they start saying single words, dad, mom, ball, cat, those kind of words. Now, if your child is between the ages around 1 and 2 and they are not yet saying single words and they will babble, but it doesn't seem like they are babbling specifically to communicate, and they are pretty good in their imitation skills, then I would say that this is a great time to start working on that vocalization. So now one of the first tools you can use is a kazoo. Now a kazoo is my preferred method of choice because I find first off, the most success with children using a kazoo, but also it also forces children to turn their voice on. So if you were to have like a whistle allows you to blow into it and go, and it makes sound. With a kazoo, you actually have to turn on your voice and go, ah, in order to make the sound go off in the whistle. So if I were to blow and go, no sound. But if I were to make a noise, I hear a sound. So this really forces children to turn on their voice and not just blow, which is one of the reasons why I really like to use a kazoo. So today I have Lady joining me today to help be my child for demonstration purposes today. The idea is knowing that we're going to be requesting by turning on our voice. So I'm going to make sure I'm using it within a functional phrase. So ready? Let's roll the ball. Woo! Ready? Let's roll the ball. Let's roll the ball. So I'm showing her that let's throw I'm putting the kazoo right in there because I'm wanting her to say ball, and we're going to work on that later. But right now, I'm just wanting her to turn on her voice for that part. So now that I've done that a couple times and I've showed her, now I'm going to give her an opportunity to do it. Ready? Let's throw and I'm going to give it to her. Now, some kids won't even let you put it near them, put it in your mouth. So you might have to start working at allowing them to just have it near their mouth and eventually work at like, oh yeah, you let me have it in your mouth. Good job. Ready? Let's do some more. Do some more. Ready? Let's throw and see if they're able. Oh, you let me touch your lips. Good job. And you might have to start there and slowly working your way into their mouth. Eventually, you're going to want to do it where you can actually get it to open their mouth, right? So you actually might have to use your fingers to help open their mouth to get it in, because some kids like to really keep that shut. What you can also do is dip this in yogurt or maybe an applesauce or a favorite snack of theirs to help them so that way they do start to get it into their mouth. Because I just have worked with so many kids that don't even like the kazoo going into their mouth. So you can use applesauce or use a kazoo to dunk the kazoo in, so that way it's a little bit more motivating for them to open it up. And after a while, you can stop using the applesauce and the kazoo, and they will let you just put it in their mouth. But once you get it to the point where they're able to put it into their mouth and they're able to now start going into it. So you might go, ready? Let's throw the good job. Here we go. Let's throw the ball. Good job. Here we go. And so once your child is able to consistently turn on their voice every time you give them the kazoo, then you're ready for the next step. What we're going to be trying to do is slowly moving back the kazoo, as we don't want them to be too dependent on needing to use the kazoo every time we want them to vocalize their voice. What I'm going to start doing is still giving them kazoo and letting them make their noise, but then I'm going to pull it out so that way they can start hearing their own voice. So I might go, and so that way they can start hearing their own voice and then praise them for that. So I'm going to go, ready? Here we go. Let's throw the. Good job. I can hear your voice. Awesome job. And start doing that more consistently. And once they're able to still be turning on their voice and allowing you to pull it out, then you're ready for the next step. Next is you want to start using the kazoo as a visual. So what I might be doing is, I know a lot of kids kind of like, if I have the kazoo right here, they really want to come close so that they can put their mouth on it and do it. Whereas I'm wanting them to start to just use this as a visual. So I might hold Lady back right here so that way she can't move that close to it. And I might get it kind of close. And then once she turns on her voice and goes, good job. Let's throw the ball. Good job. Ready? Good job. Roll the ball. One more time. Good job. Way to go. So start using it as a visual. So you can start with it up close, and you can maybe even eventually try to move it further back. So you can go, ready? Let's throw the. Good job. Ready? Let's throw the. Nice job. Way to go. And then eventually getting that visual further and further away. Once they're able to start turning their voice on consistently, you can move on to the next step. So for this final step, you're going to want to start doing is pausing. But now we're not going to be using the kazoo anymore. So I'm just going to pause, and I'm going to see if Lady will be able to fill it in. Ready? Let's throw the. Good job! You did it! So I put a little pause in there, and she knows what to expect now within that pause. Now, if she does not understand and does not do this yet, I might have to start going down on that hierarchy of prompts that we've been doing. So I might go, ready? Let's throw the. Wait a couple seconds. Get my kazoo. Give her a visual. See if she does it then. If she doesn't do it then, I'm going to put it closer to her. See if she does it. If she doesn't do it then, I might put it in. See if she does it. Pull it out so then she can hear her own voice and then praise her for it. And so kind of working down that hierarchy every time. So that way, sometimes kids might be able to just have the visual and they're going to say it every time. And on other days, maybe they did that the day before. And now today, they're just not doing it. And that's totally normal and totally okay. Don't think that your child's degressed in any way. It's just that highs in the wave of learning something new. So now there can be one really big problem. You can be doing all these steps really great, but if you're not doing this during a fun activity, if they're not having fun, if you're doing this during a boring activity that they don't like, they're not going to be motivated to vocalize, they're not going to want to be with you, and they're not going to be motivated to do this. You need to have it be fun. If you would like to continue to see different tips and tricks to use to help further your child's language development, please consider subscribing so you can see future videos to come. I'm Grace Hedgecock, I'm your speech language pathologist, and I'll see you in the next one.